Welcome back everyone. So we're going to be doing the RS ECU holder installation today. We're going to be moving the ECU over to its original position basically, which is the centre of the engine. Now the reason why, if you're wondering, is because it basically depends on what induction kit you have really. Obviously originally it had the case, I think it is, the AirTech induction kit, so obviously the ECU moved beyond the passenger headlight. Now I've swapped mine for the Dream Signs, as you're probably aware. Obviously I moved the ECU holder again to suit it, but obviously we're going to put the RS induction kit on, so we need to move it back over to where it originally was. So I'll quickly show you what you need to do and then we'll crack on. So on mine, obviously I've got the strut base on mine, so obviously I've just took the pin out on mine rather than take all this out and all this just to get the strut bar off. So obviously you need to get the battery cover off to disconnect the battery, as it's always best to, when you're messing around with the ECU, the last thing you want to do is short it out, or well, it's never worth thinking about what could happen. So you want to protect that as best you can. So negative terminal first and obviously the positive, and then once we've done that, obviously you may need to disconnect the induction kit just to move the ECU to here. That's basically where it's going now. So yeah, but wait for that to cool down because obviously it's still a bit warm, and then I'll carry on. So I've disconnected the battery now, so it's all safe to start messing around with the ECU now. So I'm going to give you a quick close up what I need to do. So there's two screws here that I need to undo, along with an earth screw down the bottom. You might be able to see it because it's covered in copper grease. But then I may need to cut into this wiring loom here. I think it's that one, I think. I'm not sure yet, but I might have to cut into that, untape it, and then just split the wires up a little bit just to give me a bit of leeway to move it over to here. So I'll do a bit of investigating, and then obviously I'll get it all moved. I've just covered it up with some blue roll just to stop any dust and stuff like that getting inside. Obviously don't damage the turbo. So yeah, now it's onto these, moving these screws here now, and just hopefully it should go nice and easy now. So just that pipe there, run it round here, and hopefully, touch wood, it should be a simple process now. Right, we've come to a bit of a hiccup here, and I was aware of it, but I got the wires mixed up. So I've untangled these wires here, but the wire in question is that little black wire with a green line that needs to come over this hose here. So we've now got to try and disconnect the hose from the radiator. I believe it's the radiator pipe, I think. Try not to lose too much coolant. I've got reinforcements on the way because I'm at the unit and I've got no coolant whatsoever. I don't really fancy putting water in. So when you're doing this, just make sure you look for that wire there with the green line on it. You'll have to move that up, and hopefully then we should be able to move the ECU to here. And that bit there is because obviously the starter motor, I don't want the ECU dropping on that because it could spark. So yeah, all fun and games, but we should do it. So the coolant hose is now back on now. Have to loosen it up. Lost a lot of coolant, but that don't really matter. Now the ECU is locked in now. If you have the AirTech one, the scrolls are too small, so you need to try and drill them out, or just force the bigger screws in there. Bit of more hassle than I expected, but we've got reinforcements. Yeah. So it's just a matter of clipping it in now, and just tape all that wire up, and hopefully the car still starts, or it's a dead car. Yeah, it's a dead car, ain't it?
Yeah, it's a dead car, yeah.
So we'll see how this one goes in. So there we have it, all in there, nice and secure. Well, I think that's as far as I could push it in anyhow. I just put a bit of WD-40 around the edges, and I can't push it anymore, so I think that's secure anyhow, it's not going nowhere. So I've just got to tighten up this radiator pipe with a clip there, put a bit of some electrical tape around there and secure all that up so it's nice and dry, so it shouldn't get nipped or anything like that. and obviously put the math sensor back on and then see if it starts up.